Race number 8, named after a wonderful mare. It's a Loves Only You handicap, and it's over the 1,600 metres. Captain Win carries at the top weight. Ode to Joy's a newcomer for Douglas White was Napa Valley for Aidan O'Brien. Went over the 1,600 at Leopardstown and the 2,000 at the Curragh. Co-partner Elite was Beautiful Bertie when trained by Roger Charlton. Went over 1,400 at Chelmsford and 1,600 at Lingfield. Crossford was a winner here 2 starts ago. Carries £9 more than that win. Function Patch has the blinkers coming off. Infinite Power comes to the turf over the mile for the first time. Perfect to Great scratched on the 22nd of December. Was lame, left behind. The 12 Looking Cool was Sequoia for Stuart Kendrick. Won over the 1,350 at Ipswich and the 1,600 at the Sunshine Coast. And both Ore and Golden Spectrum, Tom, are 1 point away from being eligible for Class 4.
Infinite Power to go forward here, but his effort after leading last start when he stopped quickly at the last 200 was deemed unacceptable by the stewards. Captain Win should get a good enough run, Paul. I think Beauty Nova's an improver in this race.
I do, and I thought he'd be a little bit handier from his draw as well. So look, he should be able to get a nice run just in behind, but Infinite Power does look like he's got the pace to lead early.
Our first replay features a horse that'll line up in the Classic Mile in sight, Spirit winning, but the one we need to focus on here, Tom, is Captain Win, and he's just about to shove his way into the clear.
Yeah, so things just didn't pan out well for him last start. He still stayed on pretty gamely for a second, but got into trouble when a couple of the horses were running about. He just got knocked over as a chain effect there, and he's got to carry the big weight here, Paul, but I think he's more than capable of doing so. He
wouldn't look out of place in the Classic Mile, would he? Captain Win. So, look, I agree. I think this is the race for him, and I think he can win this race.
His win was over the 1,400. He's had a fourth in that second over the 1,600 metres since. Crossford, Paul, he's been around in the all-weather since this race, and Super Dynamite keeps on running well at the end.
He does, doesn't he? I'm going to put Super Dynamite in the numbers, actually. Crossford, look, he came to the all-weather. He came here from the all-weather, went back to the all-weather, and he's now back on the turf, and that's where his winning form is.
Yeah, I've definitely got Super Dynamite in. I've certainly got Crossford in. Won well, 2 back. And then last start, just only battled fairly. Was a bit slow out and from the start was Crossford, but won a good race here. That's Turin Red to Sun and to Rise Brethren in behind him. So he beat some handy horses there.
And that horse, Rise Brethren, you mentioned Paul, Tom. He had form around co-partner Elites, ran 5th behind him in the Britannia Stakes prior to arriving. Here is co-partner Elites. This is one of his 5 trials, and Looking Cool has had the 3 of them.
Yeah, so 5th through the Britannia here, settled last in that most recent barrier trial. Did run on quite well at the end, I thought, there in his Happy Valley barrier trial. This trial here, Paul, was okay. I'm a bit concerned about the form of Looking Cool. I think some of that overseas Sunshine Coast form might be a bit suspect.
Yeah, I watched that Ipswich win. Sequoia Day, he was called there, and look, yeah, I agree with you there. But look, I'm going to put co-partner Elites in. The tongue tie goes on, and I have given him plenty of work, and I like the way he went through the line there in that trial.
OK, but as formerly Captain Spud, now Captain Win on top for you, Paul?
Yeah, should have kept the name, shouldn't they? But like, he's on top for me, I think this is a right race. He's just sort of sidestepping the 4-year-old series. I think he's still on trial there for the Classic Mile coming up, Classic Cup coming up. Super Dynamite's hitting the line strongly in his last couple of starts. Co-partner Elites, we just talked about. And Beauty Nova, I think, can be an improver as well. 1, 5, 4 and 8.
Captain Win, the horse to beat with the top weight. I think he can shoulder it and win. I think put Beauty Nova, and I thought he ran pretty well last to start. Settled towards the rear on the fence, held up a bit at the 250, but it definitely wasn't the worst of runs at a big price. He's currently at 17s at the moment. Super Dynamite's in as to his Crossford, 1, 8, 5 and 6.
And for treble punters, race number 8 is your first leg.